The first sign wasn't ships, it wasn't fleets or weapons. It was silence, the kind of silence that suffocates. Global satellites blinked out, not destroyed, not jammed, just gone. Every space agency, every military command scrambled. Systems failed. Communications went dark. Then the sky split. A crack like shattered glass appeared over the Pacific Ocean. From it, a Leviathan vessel emerged, dwarfing every aircraft carrier, every satellite, every piece of human technology combined. The alien ship's hull shimmered like oil on water, shifting colors against the void. The Velkori Imperium, a species the galaxy had feared for millennia. A race of brutal conquerors, slavers, and destroyers. They had absorbed 84 species into extinction. Now they had turned their gaze to Earth because Earth was undefended, because Earth was primitive, because Earth was easy. Cities worldwide went into lockdown. Fighter jets scrambled, missile systems armed. But nothing mattered. The Velkori's weapons weren't missiles or lasers. They used gravity itself. Entire naval fleets were simply crushed into the ocean floor. Fighter wings vaporized as space folded around them. Then came the dropships, grotesque, biomechanical things that screamed as they tore through the atmosphere. London fell in an hour. Shanghai burned by sunrise. New York cracked under kinetic bombardments. Earth's armies fought fiercely, but it wasn't enough. It was never supposed to be enough, but the Velkori made a fatal mistake. The same mistake every empire makes. They assumed humanity's weapons were guns and bombs. They didn't know our real weapon was what happens when humans are cornered. When New York fell, they found it strange that civilians, unarmed, outmatched, didn't surrender. They fought with anything: fire, steel, fists, broken glass. And when the soldiers were gone, the old men stood. When the old men fell, the children threw rocks. Velkori commanders were confused. This wasn't protocol. Most species broke after orbital strikes. Most knelt, humans didn't kneel. Humans got angry. By the third day, the Velkori noticed something strange. Their technology started failing. Dropships fell from the sky. Planetary jammers shorted out. Drones vanished mid-dash patrol. It wasn't sabotage. It was something worse. Anomaly reports flooded the Velkori command deck. Signals on frequencies no other race used. Encrypted pulses buried inside old Terran radio bands, World War II frequencies, analog transmissions, shortwave bursts. They realized too late that humans had hidden something. Something the galaxy didn't know. Something nobody was meant to know. From beneath Antarctica, a signal activated. Subterranean bunkers off-grid for 100 years roared to life. From under the Rockies, missile silos opened, but not with nukes. No, these were older, stranger. Then came the ships. Not from space, but from beneath the oceans. Massive, black, triangular vessels surfaced, not sleek like the Velkori, but brutalist slabs of pure function. Their surfaces bore no lights. No windows, only the faint shimmer of adaptive stealth plating. The Velkori turned their weapons on them, fired, nothing. The projectiles passed through. No impact. No damage. The Terran ships weren't just armored. They weren't entirely in this dimension. Humanity had hidden its real fleet. Off the books, off the grid, beneath the sea, beneath the ground. In the shadows, then the first Terran vessel opened fire, not lasers, not missiles. A graviton shear, a weapon that didn't hit armor, it hit reality itself. Space folded. The Velkori warship's nose crumpled inward. Its rear exploded outward. The entire vessel folded like paper, compressed to the size of a marble, then vanished. Silence followed. For the first time in millennia, the Velkori felt fear. The feed went dark. Across the Velkori fleet, emergency alerts screamed. Their ships backed away, firing blindly. But the ocean boiled as more Terran vessels emerged. The sky filled with them, matte, black, angular, terrifying. Then the global broadcast flickered on. Every Velkori console, every screen. A single human face appeared. Old, scarred, wearing no uniform, just a simple jacket. His eyes, cold. "You invaded Earth," he said. "Now you learn fear." The feed cut, and the massacre began. The Velkori fleet panicked. For the first time in the recorded history of the Imperium, the invaders were no longer predators. They were prey. The Terran fleet didn't engage like other species. There were no warning shots, no negotiation, no demands. Just a single universal truth delivered by every Terran ship: this is your last mistake. Velkori dreadnoughts, once symbols of terror, fired everything. Kinetic slugs accelerated to 0.7 light speed, plasma lances. Quantum destabilizers. Gravity wells, all useless. The Terran vessels shimmered, split, and phased. Weapons simply passed through as if the ships weren't fully there. Some vanished entirely from one point in space only to reappear behind enemy formations. Earth's defenders were no longer bound by physics as the galaxy understood it. Then came the counterattack, a Terran Leviathan-class dreadnought, designation TSV Revenant, locked onto the Velkori flagship. Its hull unfolded, not mechanically but as if layers of reality peeled back. From within, a weapon no other civilization possessed activated, the Event Horizon Lance. It didn't fire energy. It fired gravitational collapse, a beam of warped space-time, visible only as the distortion of light itself, struck the Velkori flagship. The vessel imploded. One moment it existed, the next it was a singularity no larger than a marble, evaporating in a flash of Hawking radiation. Velkori. Sub-commanders screamed in panic, ordering retreat. But the Terran ships were faster, not by speed but by sheer manipulation of physics. Jump inhibitors. Useless. Terran ships rewrote local gravity wells, stealth fields. Terran vessels didn't need stealth. They simply weren't visible to anything operating in normal space-time. Shielding? Irrelevant. Terran weapons didn't target shields. They targeted the space the ship existed in. Orbital combat turned into slaughter. The ocean around the Pacific burned as Terran anti-orbital cannons, hidden beneath the seabed, opened fire. Beams of compressed gravitational shear lanced the sky. Velkori dropships tried to evacuate. Entire squadrons were caught mid-air as localized singularity mines detonated, collapsing their flight paths into themselves. In New York, surviving Velkori ground forces fought in desperation. But the streets filled, not with soldiers, but with humans, civilians, ordinary men and women who picked up weapons, tools, whatever they could find. They didn't fight like prey. They fought like the embodiment of defiance. In Shanghai, resistance fighters activated ancient protocols. Underground bunkers revealed machines buried since the Cold War, except these were never Cold War weapons. They were contingency devices. Devices built for the day the stars came for Earth. Massive EMP vortex fields detonated, collapsing Velkori drones mid-flight. Cyber warfare is, long hidden beneath layers of civilian internet traffic, awoke. Velkori battle networks were hijacked, their own weapons turning against them. Across every theater of the invasion, from the jungles of the Amazon to the plains of Africa, from the icy poles to the burning deserts, the story was the same. Humanity fought, humanity adapted, humanity retaliated, and the Velkori, for the first time, realized the real horror. This wasn't humanity's full strength. This was humanity improvising, in orbit. The battle shifted from defense to annihilation. Terran hunter-killer drones, small, nearly invisible, weaved between dreadnoughts, planting reality fracture. Torpedoes. One by one, Velkori ships vanished, not destroyed, erased, gone from time. Gone from existence. A Velkori battleship, the Vreektal, attempted a desperate warp escape. Mid-jump, Terran interceptors activated subspace shatter bombs. The ship split across realities, one half ejected into deep space, the other collapsed inward and was consumed. Above the chaos, the Terran command ship transmitted one final message to the Velkori fleet. You came for Earth, now Earth is coming for you. The last Velkori ship didn't explode. It was boarded. Terran breacher teams, clad in armor designed not just for vacuum but for dimensional instability, stormed the bridge. They didn't take prisoners, they took records. Star charts, coordinates, Velkori homeworld location, slave market locations. Lists of every allied empire that watched and did nothing. The Terran AI Prometheus compiled the data. It didn't ask for orders. It already knew. Target acquisition complete. The Velkori invasion fleet was gone. Not defeated, erased, but humanity wasn't done, not even close. As the world rebuilt behind them, the Terran fleet oriented toward the stars, engines flared. Warp cores charged. The hunters, the invaders, had become the prey. The Terran fleet surged into the void, not as conquerors, not as diplomats, but as something far worse in the eyes of the galaxy. Judgment. The Velkori homeworld sat deep within the unreachables, a region of space known for quantum maelstroms and gravitational anomalies. No race had ever successfully invaded it, no one had dared. Until humanity came knocking. As the Terran fleet entered the system, Velkori defenses activated. The sky above their world, once a testament to Imperial dominance, turned into a web of automated defense grids, drone swarms, orbital cannons, and planetary shield arrays. They were ready for anything. Anything except what came. Terran ships didn't arrive via normal warp corridors. They punched through reality itself. Ripples tore open the fabric of space, not gates, not wormholes, gaping wounds in existence. From those wounds came the predators. Leviathan-class dreadnoughts, each the size of a city. Abyss-class carriers releasing swarms of nanite disassembler clouds. Ghost-class stealth frigates, invisible, untouchable, undetectable. The Velkori launched everything. Planetary railguns fired rounds the size of skyscrapers. Quantum destabilizer beams raked across space. Gravity wells tried to pin the Terran fleet. All failed. Terran vessels bent around space-time distortions, shifted through folded realities, or simply weren't there when the weapons arrived. Then Earth responded. Graviton lances sliced through orbital stations, folding metal and flesh into singularities. Antimatter lattice bombs detonated in micro-black hole cascades, ripping entire moons apart. Neutrino scourge waves passed. Through shielding like it wasn't there, melting ships from the inside out. The Velkori fleet tried to retreat. Jump drives overloaded. Subspace fractured. Every escape route collapsed as Terran phase anchors locked the system into place. No one leaves. No one survives. The message wasn't just sent on radio waves. It was carved into the quantum fabric itself. Every mind, organic or digital, felt it on the ground. The Velkori watched in horror as the sky, once filled with the glow of their empire's might, went dark, not night. Not clouds. The Terran fleet literally blocked out the stars. When the first orbital strike hit, it didn't target cities. It didn't hit military bases. It hit the Imperial core server, a databank the size of a mountain, housing the history, identity, and control systems of the Velkori species, was folded into a gravity well and reduced to quantum foam. The Terran AI Prometheus didn't negotiate. It broadcast one message system-wide: for every child you enslaved, for every world you burned, for every scream you ignored. This is your reckoning. Planetary shields collapsed. Entire continents sheared away under graviton tides. Megacities were erased not with bombs but with space-time rifts, swallowing matter into non-existence. The Velkori fought until the end. Soldiers fired into the sky as their cities disintegrated. Civilians fled into bunkers, only to find those bunkers collapsing into singularities or phasing out of existence entirely. The Imperial Council sent desperate messages to their allies. Pleas for help, bargains, surrender offers. The replies were chilling. You invaded Earth, you're on your own. In less than 6 hours, the Velkori homeworld ceased to exist as a political entity. Government gone, military gone, communications gone. The only thing left was silence. Across the galaxy, empires watched. The Slavar hegemony dismantled its war fleets overnight. The Zelthid consortium publicly outlawed slavery within minutes. Pirate syndicates purged themselves, deleting records and dismantling bases. No one ordered them to. No Terran fleet hovered at their borders. It was fear. Pure existential fear. The galaxy finally understood. Humanity wasn't just another species. Humanity was the end of empires. Then came the final broadcast. From the flagship TSV Revenant, the scarred admiral appeared, the same man from the first invasion. His eyes, colder than before. Let this be known. Earth does not conquer. Earth does not enslave. Earth does not rule. But if you bring war to Earth, you will be erased. The feed ended, and just like that, the Terran fleet disappeared, folded into the void between realities. Gone, silent, centuries passed. No one saw a Terran ship again. No one wanted to. No one dared to test if the silence meant weakness, because the stars still remembered you invaded Earth. And that's when the universe learned fear.